mix. Isn't that nice?
Very cool. Is there lead in it?
It's microwave.
Lead free, just checking.
No,
That's
no,
good they do that
for
now.
us, things to use, it's a must to do lead free.
Good.
And we ship 90% of our product to United States. So we have to test everything. You know, now when you ship the laser,
Yes,
Yeah.
they see.
because as you know, we live close to Mexico and
I
it's
know
full of
the
lead.
Mexican stuff.
It's comfort. Oh, everything. How many artists?
25.
25, and
Yes.
it's in Salerno, the
Cava dei
factory?
Tirreni. Before Salerno.
before
Cava,
Salerno.
yes. See, this is my own line. This is something
This is
very
you?
exclusive.
Oh,
Yes.
it's absolutely
I did
beautiful.
dishes like this for Rachel Ray.
Ah.
You should see how beautiful that. Sent here by Oprah. See, this is stuff like this you see nowhere. That's why no picture, because people know you, but they copy the lines.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely. Oh. I like that a
Oh,
lot.
that's gorgeous.
This is artwork. No comparison. See, you switch
That's
them
like
all.
for the king.
See?
It's royal.
Very beautiful.
It's all hand done.
Oh, I'm sure your sister's been here.
What?
Yes,
Sure
her
is.
sister. That's who she's talking about, because she sent us here to
Yeah,
explore.
what's her name?
Cherise Mayer.
Mayor.
comes.
When she's been here.
Oh, probably 2 years. And Sharon, both of my sisters came.
And
here
tell her
2
where
years
she's
ago.
from. Where's Sharon from?
Well, Sharon,
Cherise.
Cherise is from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. I was syndicated also on the Sunday Journal, Travel and Weddings.
Oh, very, yeah, Providence and Little Compton.
Just so, man. So the stuff that you do personally, where do you
I
do?
design my
Oh,
own
you
product,
design and
yes,
then you
and
have the
artist
artist
paint, yes.
painted. Ah, this is just exquisite. We have one art that I know of in the United States, Claudia Reese.
Yes?
Very with the, and the mixing and
Yes,
the
yes,
matching,
yes.
but this is
Different,
superior. Yeah. She probably came and got the idea from you.
Maybe. But the idea of the mix and match was given us by American because they wanted always different dishes. So we created lines that were switching.
So we like Americans?
Yes.
Yes? If you said 90% of your
American
export is to
clients, yes,
American?
yes.
And Texas, California?
Everywhere, New York, all over.
Oprah got some.
Oh, Oprah as well?
Yes, she's been here twice.
Did she come with Stedman?
She
Her
came,
boyfriend?
No. She came with friends.
Gail?
girls. She came here like 4 or 5 friends, and they stayed in Sorrento.
Does she have an entourage other than the friends?
No.
No, just them very
No.
relaxed, laid
Yes,
back.
Yes. No one knew.
Do
she
you have
was.
Oprah on TV here?
No.
Oh,
We have a private entering from the other way when big people come.
they call ahead and say
We
they're
have a
coming.
showroom downstairs,
Oh,
huge,
the
20 times
Especiala.
bigger than this.
Wow.
I'm gonna get Mom.
You need to, absolutely. Giorgio in the Cameo store, is he open on Sunday?
I think so. You
Does he
know
just
him?
after, well, we were gonna go and, he invited us back to do some video with
Videos,
him and watch
yeah.
him, do
Doing,
his
yes. I think
carving.
it's open.
It wasn't, that's why I want,
When
people
you-
do church
You've
and
been
then
to the
eat?
square,
Yes.
and it was closed.
The door said open, but it was locked.
Probably
But
went for
usually
the-
on Sundays there.
Yeah,
I didn't
he is
know.
there, yes. Good pizza?
Delicious pizza. Very good.
Oh.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
It's for children because children touch.
Yes.
So we-
Yes, here we are.
Yes. And it says, don't
Taking
touch ya.
Taking pictures, touching.
San Diego, via Austin.
In Houston, I ship a lot to River Hopes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
That's where her mom
That's
lived.
where
She grew up there.
It's a foreign language.
Oh, pizza cutter.
Oh, I'm gonna turn some lights on. Oh, this used to be a wine factory. Ah, everything was something, yes? A wine, what's a wine factory? Where they,
Vino.
but a factory, I've never heard it called a factory. You usually hear it called a winery.
Ah, winery.
Winery.
Vineria.
Well, they bottle it. They bottled it here. Does anyone still stomp grapes? Does anyone still stomp grapes to make the vino?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Where can we see? Is there some place we can go to see that?
Probably, I don't know, here, you know, because sometimes private people, they do the wine, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for the
Yeah, I would love to
shop
see
or
that.
for-
That's why I would love to see that.
Can I
Or-
sit?
Yes.
What do you see?
With that table.
Oh my
upstairs.
gosh.
You can't take.
Oh,
no.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm just switching my hands. Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to. I
Look at the bench. How cool is this? That's priceless. That's very cool. Oh, this is huge down here.
Oh, look at this one. So I thought while we're here doing this, that might be.
No, it's we have to find some size, you know. You know, you want some letter, maybe S, key, or a candle with a head
Yeah.
up, or it will be better. Oh, the ice you have to sharpen it. I was
Yeah, it was
inside.
like that, yeah.
Turquoise also. This piece of turquoise we can try to fix up. No, not the red color. As you like. We find something.
Because you can find everything.
No, I haven't even on just parts. I find these things. I was talking with those people inside. That one is, you've been in Pompeii.
No, we have not been involved.
Well, if you go in Pompeii, that one comes, they found in Pompeii. Comes is interesting.
Oh,
After you can
right.
like that. They find up on a piece of marble, you know, the column. There's a letter in 79 after Christ. Is Satur repo tenet opera rotas. In every way you work, is always the same words. You see Satur arepo. If you start from here, Satur arepo.
Ah.
If it's in that way, Satur arepo. And down the same.
An,
How clever.
an anagram.
Yeah, and they say maybe it was some Christian things. But the lady I know, she came from Jerusalem, and she is teacher of Kabbalah in the university. But then, the name is that one, Nadine Shankar, you can read. And she worked with the number, Kabbalah of course. And with the number, she put for each letter a number. The whole number give it that one, 73, the second one 55, 64, 55, 73. Now if you add the 3 and 7, 5 and 5, and 4 and 6, 5 and 5, will become 10. And 10 is 1. Elohenu is him, the Father.
Ah.
Yeah.
Numerology,
Adonai, Shaddai.
numerology,
Yes, with the
alphabet.
numerology, it's just the words is that. The Father. Can you imagine?
And this is from Pompeii on they saw
They
that.
found in 79 after Christ. Somebody says a paternoster, that means a Christian things, Pater Noster. But in Jewish, is the Pater Noster. Is one father for everybody.
Are you Jewish? Are you the Jew?
Well, I am 50% Jew and 50% Christian.
Okay. Well, we
Not
saw.
because like a Saul, or no, but just because I have a mother. A mother comes from Jew.
Well, we saw the piece out in the front with
Yes, in
Jesus
fact,
and the
name
Star
was
of David.
Joshua, no?
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, that one is a 19th century silver, and they used before they put up writing I-N-R-E. That means Inri was Jesus Nazareno Rex Iudeorum. You understood what I say?
No.
Is allora in Jesus, Gesù.
Yes.
Jesus N is Nazareno, where he
Nazareth?
born
Oh.
from Nazareth. Rex, you know,
Yeah.
king. Iudeorum is Jewish. He was the king of Jewish, at the right up. On the Megun of David is the son of David. Jesus, son of David. The name was Joshua. The second one is Miriam, the mom. Joseph. There was all Jewish guys, those people at the time. When he grew up, comes the problem. You can see that's the reason the Megun of David, the menorah, and him, of course. It's a little difference between Jew and Christian, but it's no difference. For this reason, it's one father for everybody. After they cut the way, well, we don't care. Important where they have the meeting point, not what divide.
So this is a nativity that includes both Christian.
No,
And
both
Jew.
Christian. Those are at the moment only all Jew. In that time there was all Jewish guy.
Okay.
You know the story better
Yes.
than me. After, when he grew up, comes the problem. Because he presented himself to say, I am. And that's for Jew, of course, say, no, wait a minute, you are no.
We
Then
are
it's
all-
a big problem. But the problem is that now I think is time to try to understand. We have to find what can be the connection,
Bring it
not
back
the
together.
divide. Yes, because you know we have Muslim behind us. You have to be careful, and that's the point.
Well,
I think
and
that's
to
the
bring
big-
us back to the point where we were
Yes,
before the
because
divide.
it's one father for everybody. That's the more important than the other things. Now I want to know something about all these crazy
Yes,
words.
what is, are they,
Now I explain you. No, wait. That is the way how can be carved the cameo. The raw material, no, that's an important ring.
Okay.
It's a ring
I
of a
was-
lady carry me. I have to make a lot of things to repair it. Anyway, the raw material I told you is conch shell. We have 3 different kind of a conch, good to be carved in a cameo. That one is a mother pearl. Did you see? The reason we use the shell because what we need is to find 2 different color in the same piece.
Ah,
In fact, you saw the second line is black. The first is white. Romans start to make cameo and conch because before the Greek they work only with stone. That's one shell we call the mother pearl of oyster, as you like. That one is a Cassius rufus. Latin name is a corniola. It's an orange color. We cut and use only the top of the conch. In fact, you can see that one is a piece of conch. I can show you when it's completely closed. Look, we cut and we used this part. The reason only with this part will be possible to get the 2 layers where we find the contrast, white and red. Did you see the 2 different color? We cut according to the size we need. We make a perfect oval with electric wheel. One is round, perfect, almost this form, because that one is just cutting. Then we use a piece of wood with the special cemented. Look, that is the, how do you say, hot wax.
hot wax.
Sure, hot wax is pesce greca. Sorry, but I have to do something just a minute because otherwise.
No problem. I like to see that. Cool. Yes, I have some of those in my pack.
You have some of this?
Not today, yesterday after
Uh-oh.
point, like your Vanna. There you go.
Yes, that's a Ravello, yes. Carving directly
And
out from the shell.
not malachite.
No, malachite comes from Kinshasa, Zaire.
Okay.
But I don't cut for this reason. Look, if you saw from far away, this stone look like all elephant. Look,
Oh.
just many elephants.
Oh, with the
yes,
trunk.
yes.
It's a pity because that is a work made by him. What I can do better than that? You they came from Kinshasa, it's full of elephant. In fact, there are many elephants in Sur. Zaire.
Oh, that is. So if it's not malachite, it is.
That's malachite.
It is malachite.
That's what I think.
But that's very dangerous to carry. This cover is like asbestos. No. It's bad. Lots of people died when they work on that one because the dusty go in, cannot come out. Then lots of cancer, unfortunately.
So you don't cut the malachite.
Before, yes, because when I was younger, we didn't know nothing. We carved the malachite too. And then when we discovered the malachite is bad, like asbestos, before nobody knows. Anyway, I told you, when we make the oval shape like that, we need a support for better hand in our better carving. We remove the first layer because the first layer we rip off that one. What became the white, we stick up on a support only to better hold in my hand like that. Then we do with the pencil a draw, and then after we make the draw, of course, we know what is the part we have to keep off. Look, maybe you can see better. This way, did you see?
all over it.
We chips out, because that way, that's the part we don't need it. What will be the result? The second layers, and now I show you, we engraving here, to arrive to the second layers, give it the contrast. Maybe if I show you some, you can get a better idea. Look, did you see the two layers? The second one, we remove the white, and when we remove the white, and remaining only what we need, then we engraving, and you saw the contrast of the cameo. Look, that is an example, San Giorgio. That sardonic shell is another kind of shell, but is always conch.
It has a blue.
No, that is brown, not blue. The second layers is brown.
Okay.
It's this kind of shell. Look, I showed you the two colors.
Okay.
Did you see the brown? And that one is white, the first. It's always one piece. No attached. Look, brown and white. The value of those things is that's the time
Can I-
we need. Yes, please, for
So
sure.
this right here, which looks a little.
Well, maybe it's
Right.
the lights,
Okay.
but for us it's a sardonic brown color.
Okay.
When we cut the other shell, that one will become orange background because it's orange color. Did you see? The mother part is just black. The value is not the color, but the workmanship. Depends. That's Padre Pio. You know Padre Pio? You never listen Padre Pio. But you know Madre Teresa di Calcutta? I was starting up. Did you listen something about Madre Teresa? In other words, we do always subject classic or something upon order. You consider those are end work. Those are,
How do you begin when you put it on here? You glue. Do you?
we glue
Glue
up
on.
and we use this kind of glue is a fire glue. In other words, we remove, we find one like that with empty, I show you.
Okay.
I need some without any piece up to show you how we... Eccolo qua, l'ho trovato. Just an example. Now we have to find a lower cameo, just to give an idea, of course. That one, an example, is too big. But anyways, to give an idea. To attach it here, it's easy. We need alcohol, because I need a fire. Eccolo qua. Look. That's a very old system. You imagine Greek And not only the Greek, but also the Roman use the same system. Because when they are so tiny, how we can keep it in a hold in our hand. Then we stick on it like that. Look, now that's a big piece, I told you.
Uh-huh.
No, we cannot come so easy. I need a small one. But we can work maybe also upon that. Then we try to, really that's to give an idea. Anyway, consider another point, but just the bottom. Then we try to close it around, but watch the finger because when it's hot, you get a problem. When
Do
it will be,
do you burn?
when
He's
it will
probably
be just a little
calloused,
bit,
yeah.
but when it is cold, that one cannot move anymore. Then we can do the draw and we can make the design. When it's finito, then we have to remove an example. That one is something, well, quite finito. That's a pink shell, a natural. Did you see? How we can remove from here? Easy, I show you. That one stay anyway, I don't move.
Maybe that will fit in my ring.
We use the very big, look, like that.
Okay.
We have to work. In that way, we can keep off from the glue. It's the cameo finito, then we have to put on the setting. But between to put and to finish, we need 5 hours, 7, 1 day, 2 days. Depends the level of the work. Because if it's something simple, it will be very easy. But sometimes we do very complicated piece. I born in a town, a very quiet town, no people, no cars. The name is Naples. Then we moved to Ravello 4 years ago with my father, my mother. And that one is the town where I born. But that one is carved directly up on the shell. You can see also for transparency. You see the lights in. That's directly carved. No exceptional carved, but patient work for sure. 'Cause you cannot
How old
do-
were you when you did that one?
that one, I don't know, it's an old piece, man. I cannot say how old because not exactly have an idea. Not after I show you something, it will be much enjoyable to see. Because I can show you some 18th century, some 17th century, some 16th century piece, masterpiece, but before there was really great artist. I
How
have
old
some
were you
piece.
when you did your first?
Maybe, I think the first time I saw cameo finished, I was 7, 8, 9 years old. And there, that was 4 years ago. Then I was 2 meter high. Now I came down 15 centimeters. You know, I
Are
was
you
too
teaching-
skinny.
do you
No. I was too skinny, too high, too tall. And then I broke it like that. 55 years of this work.
It keeps you in
7,
your
8, 9,
Yeah,
10
and you're-
hours a day.
your
Okay, well, it's okay. Now I'm a donkey.
yeah.
No, but it's okay. I don't care. You know,
Have you used
you have to pay token in the life when you do something for everything. Nothing is free for the money.
No.
Nothing is free. You pay in a way, you pay in another. Now we have to deck up on your ring. You prefer maybe a red. But that one is too big. Look, I saw that.
Okay, I
you
wasn't
see.
sure.
We need something tiny, smaller, and nice. But okay, after we try together to find something.
The pink?
Oh, the pink coral. Well, we try because we have to find the size, what we need.
Right, so
Now
I'm going to look to your expertise.
no, but have to be your taste. You know, it's not question of the expertise. It have to be something you like. 'Cause if you like, it's okay. If you don't like, I mean, sure.
I like,
Turquoise.
it's Miramar. Have you ever
Miramar,
heard,
yes.
Have you heard of it?
I give yes.
I
but
got it in Hawaii.
Hawaii. But that one is better, I think, for the contrast, the color. And we have to find some
I
kind
think I like
the coral.
I think I like the coral.
Okay.
I do.
And
Even
pink.
right or
Wait a minute, but we are not so far from the coral.
Yeah.
On the bottom we have some coral. You go by feet to
Oh, there's those words right on that,
Beg pardon?
right there.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
just
yes,
what
yes.
they
That's the
brought.
reason. That's the reason. That's the magician. Saturn.
And they all add up to one.
Yeah, but that one they find many different places of the world. They find in Rouen, in France. They find, I think, in Greek, in Turkey, in some church, out of the church.
Places that don't have any connection to each other, and yet they all have the same.
No, but that one is always, they call the magician quadrato or not. Momentiamo posto, I will check some good piece for you, okay?
Okay.
You have to work, because it have to be something tiny and no longer. Are you from where?
I live in Austin, Texas.
Austin,
And
Texas.
Susanna
Susanna?
from California, by the sea, by the
California.
ocean.
Where do you live in California?
San Diego.
San Diego. Listen, in San Diego, if you find a church, Catholic church, is one for sure, or maybe two, I don't know San Diego how big it is. But I make a big cameo to Spellman, was the name of this family, because they want to put in the church, and half is the trapassing of St. Joseph.
St.
For
Joseph.
sure they have to put in church. They ask me to make because they have to give to the church. If you find, remember that one is.
I will.
We will
I
follow,
will.
we'll look
And
for
that's
it.
around 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Right.
It's a camera so bigger. If you find, you talk to the who knows this work.
Do you have a favorite piece that you've made for a particular person or something that you think is your best, your favorite? Maybe not your best, but your favorite.
Can I move in the camera? I like
Yes, it's just.
because I work a long time.
I can't.
The result is particularly.
How long?
Time.
Years?
1 year, 1.5 years. Maybe a little more.
20 years?
One or two.
One or
years.
two, oh.
No, 20 years. No, Mamma Mia.
Well, it's so intricate and unbelievable.
Yes,
I mean, it's
but-
just.
When you work with the player, you
And that's
prendi
coral,
vita,
I
mi
guess.
servono le spore di corallo per favore. Quelle là rosse che
You want-
stanno nelle buste dentro che sono più piccole.
Devo vedere nelle scatole.
Nelle scatole. No, it's okay. No, we are doing nothing bad, nothing. We do things. You know, now I have to do something. Please, sorry.
We'll get out of your way for, we'll take a break and come back.
No, can take a break. Now you stay here. Don't move.
The tools, are those handed down through your generations that you work with?
Some maybe, some no, depends. Sometimes you have to change. But those are just stainless steels with the oil stone. You see, is the difference of the tools depends what you have to make. If it's an ice, you need things a lot. But that one sometimes is to remove parts. You know, they are look like all the same, but they are all different. Each one for a special cutting, not for every. Now the tools, some of that maybe belong to grandfather or father, I don't know. It was too many times. I cannot recognize because they will be usefully, in other words, still are good for another 10, for another 20. But those are, some are old, some are new. You can recognize about of the color of wood. Some of that look like ebony, very dark. And that one for sure will make a war. The difference. That one probably is a work of some from the family.
So does that, the piece that your favorite, particularly, does it have a name?
Now that one,
it have-
well, it's a nativity. Nativity always a particular nativity. They say not so, because you know that is a problem for Jew and a problem for Christian. For Christians say, why you put the menorah? And who is Jewish and why you put our menorah on the Megunov David up on the star? That's gold and white gold and long diamonds. Say what is not correct? I say no, it's correct. It's not correct. It's correct.
You see, gold, white gold, you prefer white gold. Some of these are for
Sharing ideas and
some of the
Listen, now that one will be a private thing. So no, if you put that one, it's no more private. wouldn't
Shall I
say
turn it
that.
off?
No, it's okay. I don't care when I know something. Under, you know who was Miriam? Mary.
yes, the
Mary
mother.
was the Madonna, but she make a big war with the devil. Now, very often in our church, you find those things. I show you. If I find a page, I show you something. Hey, no,
Oh,
rosso,
those are beautiful.
rosso.
Oh, we don't, baby, I'm all over.
Questa è qua, sì, Ru. Bravo.
We don't know.
No, 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 forse è meglio. Se la, che
I'll
buono.
be quiet. Since we don't know, it's gonna be great.
Now I show you something. Look, they represent the Our Lady, no? You know when I say I'm Our Lady?
Miriam.
Miriam, no?
Mary.
With the feet. Always under the feet is a snake. That means the devil, yeah? And they say the Our Lady, just by feet, kill the
Stepping
devil.
on the snake.
That
Oh,
one
okay.
means the devil. Generally is a bull like that.
Keeping him
And here,
down.
and that one is she with the feet just guide the snake. And the snake in Catholic or Christianity means devil. But very often you find the same figurines with the moon under the feet. And you saw the feet here, no? Of the Our Lady. Catholics say that means theological way. They say means church. I say, are you sure it's church? How can be another thing? The elf moon.
The sun.
No. Elf moon. What means this sign?
Luna,
Hey, what is a luna?
a la moon,
Yes, luna. I know what it means. But what is
It's
Christian?
crescent,
Is Christian?
crescent.
Is Jewish? Or is Muslim?
How's the word?
Or is from Muslim?
Muslim?
Arab.
Muslim.
Oh,
Are you saying
Muslim.
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 Yeah,
But
it
of
is
course.
also they have the,
But why she put the Our Lady with the feet up on
to keep the devil
On-
down.
you don't think if it's a devil, why she put the feet up on the moon?
Oh, okay, I thought they were on the snake. I'm learning.
Maybe that one can be something not very far.
Down.
Because the point is that
Satan.
if you are a Jew, I am Christian, I don't try to kill you. If you are Christian, I am Jew, you don't try to kill me. No religion say kill who don't have your idea. Even if you are a religion, you are a human thing.
Yeah, you don't kill.
Yeah, that's the point.
Thou shalt not kill.
Of course. But if you go there, in some place, and you carry with your Bible, they cut the head.
Yes, we're learning that.
Now, that's the way I say always, I wish Christian and Jew have to try what will be our point of meeting, and not what to divide us. Because here, be careful. Hey.
Voila.
No, it's
It seems simple.
That
Why
can
can't,
be.
why, you know,
Why can't we
can't
all
we
just
make
get
the
along?
world come together?
We're all one people.
One for everybody. Why so many divisions, you know? I am white, you are black, one is red.
We all were born and we live here. We're trying to
we're
make.
born with the skin
We
and the
try
hair.
to exactly.
One can be nice, another ugly. One a beautiful girl, another so.
What a fabulous
But we are
man.
always humanity. That's humanity, no?
We didn't. We are here trying to make our way through the
In fact,
world.
before I asked where if it's cold, and she said no. Why? Because from the same place came the sun, from the same place came the weather,
The
the rain,
clouds,
the clouds.
the ocean.
And we have to say always thanks.
I feel at
to-
home here, actually.
That's
I do.
important.
We came for one day and we're on day 3, so
Well, but life is like that. You never problem me that much nice things. And the other one.
And there it is.
That
Oh,
one
look
is
at that.
Italian coral, eh?
I'm gonna
Yes.
squeeze in here if that's all right.
Now we have to open only a little bit the the silver, just to keep it down. And this will be good. You have to remove some of they put some glue here.
Am I going to be buffed by the time I'm done with this trip?
You want to switch? It's like he tells the fabulous story, he picks up the
Exactly,
stone,
and I knew
it
there's-
fits into the.
As we walked through the piazza yesterday and I saw the, Jesus on the cross, and then
And
I
the
said,
Star
the
of
Star of
David.
David, I go, we have to go check that out. And then there was the Torah, and
And
we knew we had to
somebody-
know what was up.
That means, tell me, are you Christian, Jew, Daika? What
You were
are?
putting them together because he was all under
Well,
one.
Susan, can I,
Yeah, I
it's
am
interesting
asking.
that you have had both.
Yes, I was Christian and Jewish both myself.
Both and Jewish. That
And
means-
now I am just
I like
spiritual.
you
I like to
spiritual.
consider
That's right.
myself just spiritual, but I'm glad that I got to learn about the religions.
Listen, the real religion is only one. Is to respect everybody.
And
Exactly.
respect all
Everybody
religions.
that's the point.
Exactly.
No. Nobody know the truth. The truth are they we know. No, we don't know nothing. But we have to feel like if we know everything.
Yes,
Do you
too much persecution for that through the.
Crazy people. In the time we make persecution, we lose the life.
Yeah.
Wake up, old.
Zealots
Right.
are the ones who are making it hard for everybody else.
Oh, Stacy, I love that.
I know, it's so, I'm gonna be so happy. I will cherish this ring. You gotta be hurt. Oh,
We're professionals.
I know.
Have you passed your craftsman on to children, or is there anyone after you?
Yeah.
Did you teach anyone? Yes.
Before was somebody works with me. At the moment he lives in Paris. He stayed with me quite 10 years. He works in Place Vendôme. And he worked for some jeweler. But he was with me. But I have she's my daughter, Tiffany.
Ah, Tiffany, do you do as well?
No, she helped me. Not yet, but she know more than what.
But so after you, is this going to be a lost art? A lost
But
craftsman?
maybe the important we don't lose another thing. Scams, because that one will be after we come to finish your work. Because that one is just reducing the size of silver, but still will be smaller.
Okay.
It's not the right size, but I have to explain you something.
Okay.
Generally, it's like that one is the mother and that one is the son. In other words, no. But we have to work in the other way. Generally, the mother have to be that one, and then after can born the children. Because before we do the stone, then we make on the sides of the stone the frame. Now we are trying to make offset in the other way. I tried my best just to make you glad, but
Yeah.
really it's not so correct.
It's okay, because I wasn't gonna have anything.
No,
in it.
it's just to give an idea. Please, you saw almost after I show you some on your face. What you don't lose is that one, because that one is good prayer, not for Christian, but for everybody.
Yeah, what does that say right there?
That means Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. In fact, that
Baruch
means,
atah Adonai Eloheinu
Oh.
melech haolam.
Yes, but you cheese. That means listen anyway, because when you talk, no mistake. When we talk, we make a mistake. That's the truth. Yeah. Please, you can recognize who is this guy. He was here. Dustin Hoffman.
Ah, we love him. Rain Man.
Yeah, you know the other? Data or data?
Oh,
I do
Data.
many works.
Oh,
I worked for this guy 2 times.
okay.
Yes.
Is
I make a rosary.
Oh,
I am.
Susan.
He has a special blessed from him because I make a rosary for him. I do the same rosary for the Cardinale Francis George of Chicago. Yeah, I had to work for him too.
Well, this has to feel very special to have made a rosary.
That is like Bernardine, the cardinal before Francis George in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
As I said, he talked with all kind of people, not only with the Christian, but with the Jew, with the Christian. He was really. that's a
Jean-Paul
spirit.
was, that
Jean-Paul.
one, Jean-Paul.
Jean-Paul.
Yes.
And that one, you know who is? Corinne Bag.
I'll get up.
Corinne, did you see? She was the Vatican, but your ambassador in the
Oh.
Vatican.
Okay. Like a Secretary of State for the Vatican.
Yes, for the Vatican, right. That's part. There's a bit more than that. Yes. That one is 16th century. From Sicily.
Coming.
Yeah, 16th century.
Oh,
That one.
oh my gosh.
And Hander is a couple thousand years ago. That
Oh
one.
my gosh. So how did you get that?
Well, that's we are an old family. And those are I don't
Hand
put
me
nothing myself. That's belong to my father, grandfather, great grandfather. Is a family. We do these things like
Right.
these things.
Yeah, that's like
You
2,000
know
years
what
old.
is? No, no,
Yes.
no.
It's not
That
a
one-
doorstop.
No, that one they used to break coral because they used the coral.